Hello, and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Handelabra stream hosted by Logic Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against those goals are not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch or Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at Logic Dolphin on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, or pretty much any avenue. Sentinels of the Multiverse, Sentinels of Earth Prime, Bottom of the Ninth, One Deck Dungeon, One Deck Galaxy, Aeon's End, and Spirit Island are all available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, with the exceptions of One Deck Dungeon, which is also available on Switch, and One Deck Galaxy, which is in early access on Steam. You can find more information on those games at handelabra.com. But for today, we're playing Spirit Island. I want to avenge myself from last week. Kind of played terribly, felt bad about it. Plus, well, there's stuff to play that's new. So let's not do quick play, because I want to actually specifically set up this game. Also, I want to point out really quickly that if you're watching this live, then you already know that we're streaming at 8 p.m. instead of 7 p.m. now. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably don't know, because you're watching this whenever you want. You could even be watching this in the year 2026. In fact, I see you there watching this video on April 26, 2026 at 8:43 p.m. I see you there. Yes, you. Yeah. You should leave a comment if you're watching this video on April 26, 2026 at 8:46 p.m. Anyway, I'm going to be streaming at 8 p.m. from now on because it's just easier for me. On the day, if I work on a Thursday, I get off at 4 p.m. and even though there's 3 hours before the stream, it's just, you know, the commute home, eating dinner, taking a nap, getting myself relaxed. The additional hour is going to help a lot. So we're just going to do it. Starting today. Exclamation point, remind me. Also, hello, John. Welcome. Is my chat on screen working? Do a quick test. I don't know if I saw it pop up or not. Yes, I see stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're playing Spirit Island. We're going to do some of the new things. We're going to specifically set up this match. Normally I go play random and I fly by the seat of my pants, but last week that just... it didn't like to remind you. Oh, probably because it filters out exclamation point commands. That's why I got freaked out. Yeah, like bot commands get filtered out. All right, so the first sign of the horizons were the flags of the ships rising over the horizon. To the Dahan, they looked like a swarm of stinging insects. Habsburg. And let's go play with the newer spirits. Vengeance burns as a burning plague. No, not burns. Just is a burning plague. Okay. And Stone's unyielding defense. And John demoed some of this on Tuesday. I've not been catching those streams lately, I'll be honest, because I've been working a lot, and Tuesday nights I've been working a lot. So I don't know how much has been stated or to what effect, but I do know that Habsburg was shown off, so this is not new. But I do want to go through this, and the way that I tend to play adversaries is I just start at level 0, and I level up as I beat the adversary. It's how we did Brandenburg, Prussia. It's how we did Sweden. It's how we did England. Probably did that with France once upon a time. I don't remember. But we're going to do it this way. So there's a lot of rules on this card, but we're only going to focus on the initial things. So Habsburg Monarchy, base difficulty 2, livestock colony. We have the additional loss condition of irreparable. Yeah, that's irreparable damage. Track how many blight come off the blight card during ravages that do 8+ damage to the land. Why is this text incredibly small, by the way? If that number ever exceeds players, the invaders win. I almost feel like I need my reading glasses, and this is on my monitor. Yeah, so ravages that deal 8+ damage. So super big ravages, Sweden ravages, basically. But track the blight coming off the blight card for 8+ damage ravages. If that number ever exceeds players, the invaders win. So if we're doing a 2-player game, then we have a 2 blight leeway, and then the 3rd blight will lose the game. I don't believe cascades count to that as well. Just, I think cascades are different. And the stage 2 escalation is also active. Seek prime territory as opposed to composite territory. They only seek territory in lands that are prime numbers. No, that's not what it is. After exploring, on each board with 4 or fewer blight, add a town to a land without towns or blight. On each board with 2 or fewer blight, do so again. So if we have a lot of blight on the island, we're doing good, I guess. If we have too few blight on the island, we're going to add too many towns. But if we put too much blight from A+ damage ravages, we lose. So we have to balance those. We're going to ignore the rest of the rules because we're not playing those yet. But we have Stone's Unyielding Defiance. I think I said defense last time. Stone's Unyielding Defiance. Hashtag pronounce words. Bestow the Endurance of Bedrock. When blight is added to one of your lands, unless the blight then outnumbers your presence, it does not cascade or destroy presence yours or others is. Is that apostrophe? I guess it is, yeah, because others possessive would. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was having a conversation with a colleague about apostrophes yesterday, and apostrophes are on my mind. They had to do with its in particular. Anyway. Deep layers exposed to the surface. The first time you cover each of your +1 card play presence spaces, gain a minor power marked with this icon as a reminder. So, like, if you just look at the card plays track, it's like, oh, you can only get up to 2 card plays. But I guess more accurately, this is the Earth presence track. Each presence down here is an Earth. And I don't know if have I played with this spirit? I don't know if I have or not, honestly. I'll be entirely honest. But it seems like you can only use the 2 card plays, except the energy presence is also card plays. The twist is that you do not get elements up here. So elements are down here. This is all Earth. No elements up here. Growth options. The first one, reclaim cards. Gain 2 Earth. Add a presence to a mountain or a land with your presence at range 3. Growth option 2, add a presence at range 2 and gain 3 energy. And growth option 3, gain a power card and add a presence at range 1. This is the only power card growth. Interesting. Also, you're always growing. Always be growing. Always be spreading presence. The innate powers. Hold the island fast with a bulwark of will. Say that 3 times fast. Fast power targets yourself. If you have 2 Earth, when blight is added to one of your lands, you may pay 2 energy per blight to take it from the box instead of from the blight card. Nice. At 4 Earth, the cost is 1 energy instead of 2. At 6 Earth and 1 plant, when an event or blight card directly destroys presence, yours or others, but there's no apostrophe there. Okay, inconsistency is wrong. You may prevent any number of presence from being destroyed by paying 1 energy each. And then there's a missing parenthesis here. Wow. Wow, no one proofread this. Or maybe it's cut off, I don't know. Directly means not by adding blight. So when it directly destroys, not by adding blight. So the first 2 rules have to deal with blight being added, and then the last rule has to deal with event or blight card effects. And you can avoid the presence destruction by paying an energy per presence. Interesting. Let them break themselves against the stone. Range 0, fast power, any land. 3 Earth. After invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land, 2 damage. At 5 Earth, also deal half of the damage invaders did to the land, rounding down. And then 2 Sun, 7 Earth, repeat this power. Very interesting. Look how many Earths you need. Interesting. And then the powers that we have here. Stubborn Solidarity, defend per Dahan. Dahan and target land cannot be changed. When they would be damaged, destroyed, removed, replaced, or moved, instead don't. Which I believe, if they would not be damaged, they don't attack? Is that how that works? I don't know. We'll see. Jagged Shards, push from the Earth. Add a Badlands, push up to Dahan. Plows shatter on rocky ground. 1 damage to each building, push up to 1 town or destroy 1 town. Scarred and Stony Land, 2 damage, add a Badlands, remove a blight in target land from the game. Oh good, it's blight removal, but permanent. The physical copy of Stone's Unyielding Defiance has a consistent apostrophe, so this one is missing here, and has the open parenthesis. Oh, so this was typed correctly from the thing, except for a missing parenthesis. Interesting. Anyway, all of these have Earth. That's nice. We have 1 sun, not enough to get the 2 sun, and we have no plants. So we need the benefits of powers to get these special things. Also, these cost 2 energy, and all these are slow. Also, we have Vengeance Burns, not Vengeance Burns. Vengeance is a burning. I'm just gonna keep saying Vengeance Burns because I just like burning, I guess. The terror of a slowly unfolding plague. When disease would prevent a build on the board with your presence, you may let the build happen, removing no disease. If you do, 1 fear. Lingering pestilence. When your presence is destroyed by anything except a spirit action. Wow, I can't read today. Add a disease where each destroyed presence was. And vengeance for the land's corruption. Your actions treat blight on the island as also being badlands. So when your presence is destroyed by anything except a spirit action, you add a disease, so like by blight or by blight cards or event cards. You can let the build happen and preserve the disease in exchange for a fear. And blight on the island are also badlands. Badlands, by the way, is +1 damage to invaders and Dahan, but not to the land. Growth options. Number 1, reclaim cards, gain power card, gain 1 energy, pretty standard. Option 2, add a presence to a land with town city blight, and do it again. Growth option 3, gain a power card, add a presence or a disease, gain 1 energy. And card plays track gets up to 4 cards, energy track gets up to 4 energy. There's an animal and a fire there, but no reclaim ones. Feels bad, man. Innate powers. Epidemics run rampant. Fast, range 1 disease. This power's damage is done separately to both invaders and Dahan. 1 fire and 3 animal. 1 damage per disease. 2 fire, 1 water, 4 animal. +1 damage per disease. 3 fire, 3 water, 5 animal. +1 damage per disease. 1 fear per disease. Max 5. Remove 1 disease. This is based on diseases in the target land, which is why you might want to let disease stay, so this power is stronger. And it could be nice to get the upper levels for more damage, but it does damage the Dahan. Savage Revenge. Slow power, range 0, targeting buildings. At 3 air, this power has +1 range. 3 fire, 1 animal, 1 damage. 4 fire, 2 animal, +2 damage. 5 fire, 2 air, 2 animal, +3 damage. So straight up damage dealer, but only up to 6 damage. Fiery Vengeance. Cost to use. Target spirit removes 1 of the destroyed presence from the game, which, by the way, this spirit starts with 1 destroyed presence. I forgot to point out that side, but 1 fear and 1 damage and 1 of target spirit's land. This is your power, so blight counts as badlands even if target is another spirit. Indeed. Strike low with sudden fevers. Fast, range 1 disease. 1 fear, invaders skip ravage actions. Plague bearers. Plague bears. No, plague bearers. Sorry, I made that joke last time. Slow power, range 2 disease. 1 fear if invaders are present. For each disease, push 2 explorers towns Dahan. 1 disease may move with each pushed piece. An unfetid breath spreads infection. Slow, range 1 invaders. 1 fear, add 1 disease. Cool. Let's also read these backsides for the setup instructions. Setup for Vengeance is 1 of your presence starts the game already destroyed. 2 of your presence is on the starting board. 1 in a land with blight and 1 in a wetland without Dahan. So is there like, if we're playing thematic, is the southeast board, is there a wetland without Dahan there? I guess one of the coastal ones that's already blighted, I think. And then Stone's Unyielding Defiance, not Defense. Put 2 presents on your starting board. 1 in the lowest numbered mountain without Dahan. 1 in an adjacent land that has blight if possible, or is sands if not. Also, playstyle. Most of its special rules and innates require being where the invaders are, particularly in the worst, most overrun lands, so it can mitigate incoming blight and eventually destroy the invaders with their own ravages. Does best with the patience to build up a position over time, and the temperance to hold some energy in reserve so it can take advantage of hold the island fast with the bulwark of will. Hold the island fast with the bulwark of will. Okay. We ready? Yeah, so board E. So actually, yeah, so the stone's unyielding defiance, not defense. That is its new name, by the way. One in the lowest numbered mountain without Dahan, and one in adjacent land that has blight. So lowest numbered land without Dahan is land 2, and then the land without blight, or land with blight, right? Yeah. Or the sands if not, so it's going to be land 1, because there's the land with blight is 4, and that's far away from 2. Whereas vengeance starts in blight and wetland without Dahan. Also, I guess, furthermore, the thematic maps don't have blight on northwest, northeast, and south and west, right? So I said southeast, but it's actually just east, because now there is a proper southeast. Yeah, so what was it again? I already read that and I forgot. Land with blight, wetland without Dahan. So land with blight is C5. Wetland without Dahan is C8. So you're going to be at both of the wetlands. And we're playing difficulty 0. All right, enough reading. Just play the game. They're exploring the wetlands. Okay. So, wetlands for vengeance. It's good news, right? Surely it's good news. I can do a damage to myself. There are even new background options. Wow, John's been sitting there being like, come on, start the game logic, start the game logic, start the game logic, start the game logic, so I can play with a different playmat. Whee! That is very bright green. Kind of like this one. It's like oceans, but leveled up. And what else is new? This one? I feel like I'm gonna prick my finger if I touch the land on touch the board at a weird place because it might have thorns. This one? We are playing at the precipice of a volcano. Was this one new? I don't remember. I kind of like how this looks like their own lands in bordered form. I'm gonna go with the one that I liked first. This one. Cool beans. Alright, so there's like no way you're hitting ending on turn 1. You get the 2 card plays. It's the 5 last ones. Ah, that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's these 5. So this was new. I thought it wasn't new. I could have sworn I saw this one before. I'm gonna go with this one. Was it this one? I already forgot. Yeah, I think it was this one. Okay. Stop interrupting me as I try to figure out how to play this game. We're not getting to 3 card plays, right? Or sorry, 3 elements. These innates aren't gonna work. These don't give you elements either. So it's simply just actions. We could destroy one of our, or sorry, remove our destroyed presence to stop a build. This is not France, or sorry, this is not England, so builds aren't forced. You can put a disease maybe using this action and then stop the ravage with this. This is a slow disease, by the way, but we can still skip the ravage action, so we could stop both of these if so desired. No, there are no defends, so I guess technically one of these was a defend, this one, but And this isn't gonna work if there's no disease in these lands just yet. I could place a disease using this growth, and then I only have one card play. In any case, what about you? All of your Earths. Well, easy way to get Earths, go down here. But probably want to get to 2 card plays, which means we're going to have to do this. And just kind of like Vital Strength of the Earth, you have to wait until turn 2 to get to your 2nd card play. I like that you see elements over here. Is this an update, or is this... I feel like this is an update. I presume that once I play powers, then I click here, I'm gonna see elements over here, and that way I'll know where I am on the elements. It's also possibly old, and I just never noticed it, because I'm blind. We discovered at work today that I am very incapable of seeing things that are right in front of me. Alright, anyway, you're definitely not hitting this if you can't play 2 cards, unless we do this growth option, which is still a growth, still plays presence, gives 2 earth. But these effects don't seem to matter for the first turn when there's no ravages, unless we're placing a blight with a power card, in which case this arguably would matter. But I don't think we're at that point where we're placing blight on the island with a power card. We have to gain a power card first, which we could do, but yeah, so we do have a defend card that's defend per Dahan. Let me just look up the is it quirky? So I just want to see if they say don't damage them, does that mean that they technically weren't damaged? Well, I guess if you defend, they're not damaged, but I just want to double check that. I already forgot the freaking name of the card as soon as solidity. So as soon as I typed it, I thought it was solidarity. Dawn can be moved, yes. Yeah, there's no big Q entry on that card. Interesting. I mean, there's 2 entries, but not on. So I'm just going to assume that, and I'm sure that John will inform me, or even Stakebird or Kokiamat, that when they would be damaged, such as in a Ravage, but instead don't, the fact that they were attempted to be damaged still means they retaliate. I guess it could be interpreted as they can't, though. They have to be attempted to be damaged. So you're defending the land, but preventing the Dahan from counterattacking. I could see that. I don't know. We'll find out. Or I'll be told. I was told they still retaliate. Okay. Yeah, because I thought there was a special the special rule that was like, if Dahan aren't interacted with, like, is there an event card that says invaders don't damage Dahan and therefore Dahan don't damage invaders in a particular land? I think that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. Land with Blight does not participate in Ravage. Okay, I think that's what I was thinking of. Okay. Okay. Anyway, two energy. You're only playing one card, so you can play any of these cards. Placing a Badlands would make the defend worse. Both these lands. This land has Blight. Range 1 Sacred Site is kind of difficult this turn, though. So 2 damage would be kind of nice. 1 damage to each building, push up to a town, or destroy a town. Again, range 1. You're kind of... I guess you have to be able to get to range of one of these somehow. Range 1 presence would do it. Damaging a town and pushing a town would stop this ravage, for instance. So that wouldn't be terrible. I'm inclined to gain a power card, even though I can only play one card. Although I feel like last week I felt that all the power cards were crap. So maybe I should just do the no power cards game. I never gain power cards. When I would, I'll just instead gain a major and forget it immediately. Woo! That could be a fun game. Let's not do it just yet. Do we want to do double growth here? Considering that I don't like power cards anymore. I don't know if that's a fair assessment. Like if I get the 2 card plays, then it's like I'm absolutely doing Fiery Vengeance in one other play. Or, yeah, +1 energy is Fiery Vengeance and Plague Bearers. If I do 2 energy and 2 presence, or 2 energy, 2 plays, then I could do Fiery Vengeance in any one of these two cards. So basically I'm always playing Fiery Vengeance is that. But if I gain a power card, I could gain a card that costs 0 or 1, in which case I have options. But like, do I want to play these this turn? I don't want to play that one. Adding a disease, expensive, could be worth. Kind of like it. Do we need sacred sites for these rules? No. Sacred sites for these? No. So try to spread out the presence for the time being. Has to be added to town, city, or blight, range 2. So I can grow here. And I can grow. I'm already in there. I can grow in here. Do I want to have more of a... I guess being able to see E8 more easily would be nice, so let's go there. So disease, then something else. Or the only other thing I can do. And I can just get rid of the invader in C8, I suppose. So it's my powers... My actions treat Blight as being Badlands, so I could actually do... Oh, actually, it would be better for the next turn. But this Blight would be a Badlands. I could do the 1 damage to do 2 damage in C5, but I'm already not doing that. It's okay. That's okay. Let's gain a power card. We'll do it this one. And 2 energy, could gain a major if I want to be gutsy. I'm not gutsy. Do I have to click on the earth card? Do I? It's actually not bad because it gives me plant and... Oh, but that's not moon. It kind of looks like moon, but it is sun. So it gives me the plant if I so want to eventually do this, but... I could also not do this. Removing Blight seems bad when I have spirits that want Blight for various reasons. Maybe you don't necessarily want Blight, but you can interact with Blight better. It does say defend, but it's not for wetlands. But sure, I click it. I'm a simple man. If I see Earth, I click. Also, I actually had 3 energy this turn. This is range 1 presence. Let's grow in here, so I'm a range 1 from these lands, I'd say. And I get to high five my friend Vengeance. But with my 1 play, I will do the town push. That's stupid expensive. Next turn, we will have 2 plays or an earth. And all my cards have earth on it, so we're guaranteed to hit Hold the Island Fast. And my special rule, unless the Blight then outnumbers your presence, it does not cascade or destroy presence. So I could grow into E8. I'll let the Ravage happen. I'll probably just defend it, I guess. Can defend it easily now, so that will be fine. We have a plan for that one. We have a plan for that one. Our plan for this one is skip Ravage. Okay. So remove my destroyed presence from the game. What level of Cowsburg? It's level 0. We're starting at 0, we're gonna build up. Presumably at level 0, I should be able to win, and then I can do another game. It should be an easy win, and I should be able to play another game tonight. 4 hours later. All right, they're exploring sands. This has a disease in it. I can let them build anyway. Which means then Plague Bearers is active. Which means I would be able to push a town and explorer out. I would not push the city. In any case, what was I doing with this? I was adding a disease somewhere. Okay, well. This one's going here. I could just destroy the town. Is there any reason I want to keep that town? I can't imagine why I would want this town for now. I guess it's like if I want to do damage to things. Because I first interpreted the ore as push up to one town or destroy a town, but the damage always happening. But I guess, yeah, so we're going to destroy this town. We don't have to damage it. But if there are multiple towns, it could be advantageous to damage all the towns and kill more. But I don't think we want to keep a town. Like, this is not France. We're not going to do slave rebellion on a town. So disease. It's kind of weird because since we could ignore disease to generate fear, do I want to disease a land to prevent the build, or I want to disease a land so we can add a fear and do things centered around disease? Oh, and I think we were going to skip ravage actions with this, so I have to disease this actually. Fair enough. Okay. Town, city, blight. So I can grow into C2 if so desired. Wilton's ravage. Handled with stubborn solidity. Solidity. And this one, strike low. I can't play both my cards unless I get to 3 energy or click this one. This one will give me an animal. And I will have a fire and 3 animals if I click this. Damage per disease. And this is a blight, so it's a Badlands, so I could kill the town. But in exchange, I damage the Dahan. And I lose a place to use strike low. I mean, I could still use it, but it would be less effective. It would still be a fear, I guess, is the plus. This is perhaps why I want to have Blight be added. If I grow into E8, well, I guess that kills the Dahan, so I don't want to kill the Dahan. If I want Blight to happen, I need it to happen in lands that don't kill Dahan, I guess. Which is probably why we need to push Dahan out of our lands. We will have 2 Earth always, but the only Ravage that's adding Blight, or would add Blight without cascading and trap, is E8, which has Dahan. I don't want Dahan there, but I can't stop it. Okay. Could gain another power card. We're gonna get a power here anyway. If I click this, which I don't see why I wouldn't. But what if I got all the power cards? Let's get all the power cards. Ooh, I got more power cards. What if I just click power cards? Just overwhelm them with power cards. Although, Absorb Corruption gives me Suns and Plants, and gathers Blight, which could be Badlands. Or I could put a literal Badlands down. Interesting, because I want to actually not remove the Blight. I want to leave the Blight, because it's Badlands. Okay, I click that one. And I will place a presence at range 1. So like the E2 Ravage is fine because when Blight is added to one of my lands, unless the Blight outnumbers my presence. But 1 does not outnumber 1, right? Has to be greater than to outnumber. So it will not destroy my presence. And then the land will be blighted. And then Vengeance will come in and do mega damage. I sure wish I could grow here, but that's too far away. Wait, this is not... Well, this is Sands, not... What am I doing? Okay, it's Sands. I'm gonna go into Sands then. Oh my god, I gained a minor power! Wait, where'd my presents go? Present should be in E6. Maybe once I click this, it'll place the presents down. We have no Earths, so I sleep. This has Sun and Plant, I guess. Do I just take some other effect? Call the Dahan Ways and make Dahan? Elusive Ambushes to defend this land in a different way? But then I don't have 2 Earths. So I'm pretty much not playing this card. I'll click on this one. And there's my presence. Okay. So the first time you uncover each of your +1 card play presence spaces, gain a minor power. And then once it's done being uncovered, you can then place the presence, I guess. Weird interaction, but okay. Let's wait on that until I figure out this. I guess I'm doing this so you're not gaining a power. That's what we decided. Let us grow. My actions... I could grow into E2 or C2, I guess. They're both diseased. And we do have 1 damage per disease, but it's not enough damage, right? Is there any damage here? No. Well, no. It's not diseased. Or it's not blighted, rather. Also do not have a sacred site yet. Weird. Weird. Let's just go into both of the cities. What could possibly go wrong? Epidemics run rampant. Okay. So this doesn't do damage slow. You have no slow damage. We have 2 Earths. We're not placing a blight down this turn, so it doesn't actually matter. So I guess I could, since it doesn't actually matter, I could play the not Earth card this turn. Which was which one? This one. Which means that I could defend mountain jungles. That makes lots of sense. Or do the thing that... Okay, yeah, so just no. Just no to either of those. Instead, we will... Or defend that we said we were going to do. Okay. So defend... Yep. And run rampant. Would it make more sense? Oh, I guess we don't have range to do Call the Dahan Ways and let explore. Eager explorers on each board. After the first successful build action, add an explorer to an adjacent land without invaders. Beasts chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. At their gates, demanding redress. 2 fear per land with Dahan and cities. That does not exist. So, yep. First successful build action. We'll put an explorer down. Push 2 explorers or town from a land with beasts. So this build's not happening. I could put a blight here. No, I can't because I'm not in that land. I could kill, like, okay, so the Dahan are dying, so we could put the blight there. I guess I could put the blight there. It doesn't actually matter because I'm not there. Dahan aren't taking damage. When they would be damaged, don't. This would create a cascade. That's bad. So I guess just go here. 2 fear per land with Dahan and cities. Nope. Kudos to developers for adding in the resolve buttons. Makes it easier to parse what each event card is doing. Instead of being told, hey, if nothing happens, it means it wasn't relevant. So that was the forced, that was the only build happening there, so that was forced. And here... I don't know where I want that explorer to go. It doesn't particularly matter. I guess I could go in C8 and hang out with Vengeance. And I will allow it. The Explorer Mountains. You fool! You fell for one of the classic blunders. So, Call the Dahan Ways here seems pretty fruitful. Stops that build entirely. Plague Bearers. Like, that land seems like the best candidate, since it actually has disease. So I guess this one to stop that build. This one. And hang out in the blighted wetlands. And I want to get the Dahan out of C5. Could throw in the disease to actually do more damage in there. I think I'm fine leaving it where it is. Okay. Time for the Reclaim All turn. Gonna be minor. Elemental Boon! What elements does Earth... Sorry, not Earth. What elements does Stone want? Let me think. Let's see. So what elements do you even want? You have lots of variety here, but mainly fire. A little bit of air, I guess. Animals. Animals. Okay, I guess fire and animals are the 2 big ones. Water for the left, air for the right. So fire animals are good, such as quicken the earth's struggles. which is nice. 1 damage to each building is actually pretty good because blight are badlands. So Quickeneer struggles in C5 would actually kill a town. It's not +1 damage to each building, it's just +1 damage, but still, it's pretty good. Also defend 10 if so desired. It does require a sacred site, which we don't have. That's the downside. I did not create a sacred site because I did not need a sacred site. Now I wish I had a sacred site. Otherwise, to deal with this next ravage, we could take sap the earth's strength. Or sorry, sap the strength of multitudes, not the earth's strength. What am I talking about? The ravage in C2 could be sort of solved by placing a presence there. Could do it with this or this, really. Well, I guess actually no, this has to go in mountains. So C2 would be hit with the middle growth option. I'm gaining millions of energy for some reason. But then I don't lose a presence there. And I will have 2 earths this turn. And I will be gaining millions of energy, so I can pay 2 energy to take the blight from the box. I wonder what happens if you run out of blight in the box. Has anyone tried that? Frenzy, have you ran out of blight in the box? So yeah, C6 is currently sad. We don't seem to have a means of solving C6 right now. You don't think blight in the box is component limited? That makes sense. I also want to challenge that presupposition. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. This is range 1, but it doesn't defend. Yeah, this land's just kind of gonna happen. The sap not solved. Oh, this has +1 injury, right? If I play an air, which I guess could be fetid breath. So you're right, sap is fine. I have no fires. Weird. Vengeance is not fiery. And it's this one, and kind of feel like I want to start going earth for no reason at all. It's just sitting there, staring at me, taunting me. Do I want to get to 3 card plays first, though? Earth any. Let's get 1 earth. Then we're also gonna have 3 earths this turn. After invaders deal 1 or more damage, 2 damage. Unfortunately, this is not gonna trigger blight badlands effects because this is not vengeance's damage. We could do 2 damage to that city. Can I do 1 more damage? The answer is no. This will be helpful for next turn, presumably. Do we want to absorb corruption and make blight go somewhere else? Not too many blights on the board yet. Only the 2. Still no sacred sites, by the way. So I guess it's these 2 because I don't want to play those 2. Simple. Okay. That the strength. Hold the island fast with a bulwark of will. I guess this kills the Dahan in there. Or sorry, the Dahan in here is dead. But we will kill the town. That does something. All living things sometimes act in unanticipated ways. Gradual corruption. On each board, add a blight to a land with buildings. Spirits may prevent this. Why? Why? Why would I prevent this? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Fatalities rise. In each land with disease, 1 damage to each invader and 1 damage to each Dahan. Remove a blight from each land where this destroys any buildings. So actually this would have killed the city if I had actually damaged the city in that land, or set up to damage that city. In each land with disease, 1 damage to each invader and 1 damage to each Dahan. Okay, so there's like disease on the board, so there's places I can go. Each spirit may add 1 Dahan to one of its lands with Dahan. May add. That may is nice. Why would I prevent this? I don't understand. Why would you ever prevent a blight being added to the board? I'm sorry. It's just funny. But it's only Vengeance's actions, which you have no damage here right now. But we can set up to put disease in a blighted land so that this does 2 damage. And when blight is added to one of your lands, you may pay 2 energy per blight to take it from the box. And if it's placed in a land with your presence, unless the blight outnumbers your presence, does not destroy presence or cascade. So to that end, I mean, if I put the blight here, that does cause a cascade in the Ravage. So I don't want to do that. So I guess this blight is going to actually, well, I guess it doesn't harm anything here just yet, other than the fact that it will cause a cascade. This is defended, so that's fine. This is not defended, so that's not fine. Could we do millions of damage in here with the blight? Maybe. Put the disease in this land. Add a Badlands. A Badlands and a blight. Plus 2 damage. A disease. 3 damage. Kills the city. I can dig it. Add the blight, but pay 2 energy to take it from the box. Why pay 1 energy to prevent the blight when I can pay 2 energy to take the blight from the box? And then each land with disease, damage in each invader. Yeah. And each land with disease. And remove disease from each land where this destroys any buildings. So like, that's just 1 damage. That kills an explorer and damages the Dahan, but they're not, that doesn't matter. And then it damaged an explorer and a city. May add a Dahan. So this Dahan was dead, but I could put a second Dahan in here, which would not die, would be damaged, but would kill the town. I could put, oh, but it has to be in one of your lands. And it's also each spirit, not each board, so actually, no, it doesn't actually matter because Vengeance is not with Dahan in this land, so we can't double up on this board. It would just have to be C5 for Vengeance, because Vengeance actually doesn't have many Dahan. Weird. Right? There's no flashy thing? I like that it asked me to click C5 because it did say May and there's a skip button. Good UI. Also, this is the only land with the Han for stone, which I will add. I will pay 2 energy to take it from the box. Got a fear card. I will pay 2 energy to take it from the box. I spent 6 energy this turn. I'll allow it. Sands with escalation. So far, Habsburg has not done anything other than a possible loss condition. But now the escalation. After exploring on each board with 4 or fewer blight, add a town to a land without towns or blight. On each board with 2 or fewer blight, do so again. Well, both of our lands have 4 or fewer. So we need to put more blight on the board is what that means. But at least we put lots of blight on the island this turn so that's not going off twice. And that's why I was putting blight on the board. Why would I spend 1 blight or spend 1 energy to prevent the blight and make this go off twice when actually yeah, blah 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 words. Sorry, I've worked all day. So where's this going? Put a town to a land without towns or blight. Okay. The Sands is gonna build. I would like that to not happen. This mountain successfully did not build. We could put it there to lit it blight. Actually, letting it blight would be pretty good. We'll sacrifice it to Han, but then this board will have 4 blight on it. Unless we're gonna let C7 blight, in which case we already have that blight. So maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should have a party in C8. Sure. Because I don't know that we're gonna prevent this blight. It's really easy to just let that happen. And this blight might happen. We do have a plan for E2. It's not enough, but we will have defend in it, so it's not bad. So we want to probably let E5 happen then. We have absorb corruption. Actually, ooh, gather a blight in there. I think was that the plan anyway. Let's gather a blight into E2 and put a Badlands in there, just because we can. So not the town there. So that leaves E8 or E3. I don't really care for either one. Let's leave it coastal. All right. All right. All right. So actually, if I disease this and there's a Badlands and there's a blight, this will kill everything in that land. Oh boy. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. I'm envisioning that meme of that one wrestling guy where like there's like he's just like with each picture just gets even more like oh. I don't know actually what like you call that. Like he's more excited each time, but look at this land. Isn't this land so beautiful? It's so beautiful and rich and pure. Oh. It just it warms my heart to see how beautiful E2 is. Anyway. What do we want to do now? We could put a disease in there to make okay. So it's damage per disease. We have to make sure we activate this, which I have the innate animal, so I have to play these 2 cards. Or take a card that has animal on it and play it in addition to those 2 cards. Which is easy, right? Skip ravage actions in a land with disease, so actually that's kind of hard to pull off unless it's E2, so it's kind of sad. And you're not getting to 3 card plays, so yeah, it's might want to just click this to gain a different possible animal card. Anyway, that will happen. That's fine. That's the 4th blight on that board, and that will prevent escalations. And if I can move the Dahan out of E5, that'd be okay. Otherwise, we could just let it. We could still just let it happen and lose the Dahan. That will also be the 4th blight on that board, and will not have escalations anymore. We just have to be careful that we're not doing ravages with 8 damage. But that's not happening anywhere, so that's fine. So we have Dark and Tangled Woods, which defends. I guess we could just defend this land, but that's not putting a blight down. We also have this, which is not really doing anything. I guess I could create a Sacred Site this turn and actually do something. Like we could target E4, we could target C5. Has to target a land with blight. I guess we could target C2 as well. It's probably more important since it is building. I probably want to gain a power card. If I'm creating a Sacred Site, there's no Ravage where I'm in that's going to happen. So it would only be E2 when we're killing E2. So I don't need energy this turn, so I'm going to click gain a power card. I think we're going to go to the next card play. And then after this, I think I'm just going to go spam this. And get my remaining Earths. Let's gain a minor. Unquenchable Flames! Invaders do not heal damage at the end of the turn. Also has an Earth, I'm happy. None of the others have Earth. Why would you ever play them? Why? Why would you ever do such a thing? And I need to make a Sacred Site, and I think this one was the only one that's immediately beneficial. So I do this one. Scarred and Stony Land with Uncrunchable Flames kills the city in E2. Will not have 2 fires though. I mean, I'm not playing Dark and Tangled Woods, right? Or was I? Oh no, I was. Never mind. That's fine. I guess I could play this one instead of this one. But again, I don't have 2 fire. But not letting invaders heal is kind of nice. Here, I'm just getting a power card, hoping to get an animal. Unless I really need to place 2 presences down. It'll definitely give me the 3 card plays faster, but I don't need it this turn. Or I mean, I'm not gonna get to it this turn anyway. Let's do this one. Gain more powers. I see no animals. I sleep. Remove a blight. Remove a blight. What? What? Land without blight? That doesn't exist? Okay, seriously though. Yeah, there's no animals. This is the only fire one. And there are lands without blight, to be sure. I guess I gotta start taking things seriously. But I can't play it this turn anyway, so. I guess that has fire, so I click it. I will add a presence. I don't need the disease. I will need a Sacred Site eventually. I might do double presence next turn. I can get to 3 card plays, but I'm not going to benefit from 3 card plays next turn still. But I will definitely do this growth. It will hit this threshold. Range 0, land with buildings, 1 damage, but it benefited by blight. Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't need to worry about the secret site question yet. Although presence to a land with town, city, blight isn't actually my lands always. Interesting. Although all of my lands currently have those. But still, might have to be mindful of that. In any case, this is range 1, so this can go anywhere. Sans build. When your presence is destroyed by anything except a spirit action, add a disease, reach destroy presence was. So I could get one of my presences destroyed to place a disease down. That's something I haven't used yet. And furthermore, one of my power cards does require target spirit removes one of the destroyed presence from the game. So I will sacrifice my presence so that I can remove one of my destroyed presences from the game. Then I will play my 2 cards that have animals on them. And with that, I will do 1 damage except 5. Oh, that felt so good. Man, this land is so beautiful. This land is so beautiful. Look at it. It is the most beautiful land I've ever seen in all of Spirit Island. Oh. Okay. So we have hold the island fast. Unlikely that blight will be added to one of my lands, but it could be added from an event card. Skip ravage actions. They just need dire metamorphosis to add more beauty to it. Yes. Let's see. Let them build. Let them break themselves. There's no land where that's relevant, but I could click this one. After invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land, 2 damage. So in the event that an explorer is added or gathered here, it could die. If it's a town, then it will cascade, and yeah, we don't really want that to happen. This is the only mountains that's ravaging, and the invaders aren't going to ravage anywhere else, right? So it has to be there. Skip ravage actions in a land with disease, but this is the only land. We don't really want that. I guess we could... Let's not. Stop ravage actions there. How about that? During the next normal ravage, each town does +1 damage. Each beast destroys an explorer. Add a beast to a board without 1. Add Dahan to a jungle or wetland with Dahan. So is that going to cause an 8 damage ravage? It's not, right? It is going to make E5 blight now. But we have 2 fear cards to help us. Beasts destroy explorers. Bye. Dahan to a jungle or wetland with Dahan. Add the Dahan to the land with town. Was I gonna let this blight happen and then I defended it? Whoops. Maybe I should let it happen now for actual. Maybe the game gave me a bone and was like, oh, you said you're gonna put a blight there and then you didn't. Whoops. Can't have that happen. I guess wetland party? The problem is if I want to target this with epidemics, I can't really. I guess you could make this be immune to this neighboring city converting Dahan or something. I don't know. The level of fear within the ranks of the invaders is palpable. Depart the dangerous land. Each player removes an explorer from a land with beasts, disease, or at least 2 Dahan. That was the only one. Okay. Fear of the unseen. Each player removes an explorer town from a land with sacred site. There were none. 10 out of 10 fear cards. Would fear card again. Okay. Both of the boards have 4 blight, so no more escalations. If I let that build happen, Plague Bearers will work. So we allow it. And they explore mountains. So basically, we needed Rising Heat of Stone and Sand in this game, is what I'm seeing. Rising Heat of Stone and Sand would have been really happy this game. Wait. Oh, 4 or fewer. I needed 5. Okay, fair enough. Counting. I need 5 blight on a board. Man! Go with beasts. And I don't really want you in E6 per se, although that would put a blight and I could spend energy to... Okay, that's fine then. That's fine then. So this blight should happen. Both of these lands are currently blighted, but I could put a sacred site down. I could put a sacred site down and it would then not cascade. Ooh, baby, a triple. Interesting. If I do Scarred and Stony Land first, it removes a blight, but it adds the Badlands. So this still will deal 2 damage in C2. Interesting. Very interesting. I guess actually I don't need to put the Sacred Site down because then... But I don't want to remove the blight. Man! I don't want to remove the blight because I want blights to happen. Man! Or, and bear with me on this, I let C6 cascade. Not a bad thought. I can go to C1. Or C7. Oh, C7 has a blight in there. Yeah, let's remove this one from the game. Then Savage Revenge. Then Plague Bearers. Wetland Party! You can stay. Okay. We're gonna unlock this, which gets us plus card play. And I can gain a power card, which will also give me plus card, so I can play 3 cards. We still have this one. We'd like to have another fire to be able to add the Badlands. Yeah, let's click this. In the minor. Fire Earth? No. No? Just no? Jungle Sands defend 4 is not bad. Defend E1. I mean, really, like, we could let both of those ravages happen. This one will kill a Dahan. This one will add a blight, but my Stone's Unyielding Defiance will kick in. So I'll click this one. And then this is range 1 presence. So if I have millions of energy, I can grow into C1, and after that cascade, I can just take the blight from the box by spending 2 energy, maybe even 1. There's no earth here. What? Okay. Well, that is just a load of crock. Do I have a sacred site? I do. I have 3 animals. I do not. I want to take the fire card so I do get the 2 fire. I guess this gives a sun if I ever decide to get the repeat on that power. I do not have 2 sacred sites. But it's still 2 energy to vengeance, 1 energy to myself. But this adds disease. I was told disease is good. So after invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land. And this deals 2 damage. So this kills the guy at E6. I can put the blight from the box. It will not destroy my presence, and I will kill the town. Why would you ever not do that? I can get you set up for 3 card plays this turn. Not that you'll benefit this turn, but you'll have it next turn. Okay. So like all of this is good. This is good. This is good. That's a cascade, but a cascade's there and that's fine and that's good. And then the mountain stuff. The only one that kind of looks bad is C7. But surely that won't be bad, right? Oh, I was trying to play cards. I can't play cards yet. I could put a sacred site down to do 2 damage in C7. Have a sacred site, range 1, so that might go off. Plus this. Why is this still lit up? That should not be lit up. We do not have the animals anyways, so we can't do that. But we will have the fires, so we can do some damage. That's no longer lit up. That is now lit up. Okay. So we can kill a town. And then we can kill a town. And then we figure out what to do in C7 next turn. We don't have sacred site range with stone. We do, however, have unquenchable flames. It's only 1 damage to a building, but invaders will not heal and there will be a Badlands. And then this land will start looking as good as this land. This land is my land. Okay. Myself? And then this one. Defend here. Fiery vengeance. Okay. No bravery without numbers. Invaders do not ravage in lands unless there are more invaders than the current terror level. Well, that's just sad. Prey on heedless. In each land with beasts, 1 damage per beasts. Leave the hostile land. In each land, push Dahan per Badlands disease. 2 lands without Badlands disease. Okay, so like, so E6 is not ravaging. That's just sad. C3 is not C3 is not ravaging either. Man. Damage per beasts. Okay. And also this is highlighting because of that, okay? In each land, push a Dahan per token to lands without tokens. In each land. So, one of these Dahan is leaving C5. Not the C6 guy, though. And none of these guys. So literally just one of these guys moves. Well, this is a blight, so I don't want it to go in that land. And I can't move you in there because there's a disease in there. I can't move you in there because there's a disease in there. So go hang out in C1, I guess. Okay, victory condition, no buildings. Then the mountains build. I will allow it. And I will allow it. So this is currently 8 damage. And they're adding a town to this board because they did not put the blights in E6 like I wanted. You idiots! You captured their stunt doubles! Yeah. So, like, I want to do this, right? Because... can't reach that. This is 1 damage, but invaders do not heal. And then this is 1 damage, but it's actually 2. So we could kill the city, or we could damage things and then they don't heal. But I think it's basically the same to just kill the city, right? Actually, it's 3 damage. Oh, but yeah, it is 3 damage. Yeah, it is 3 damage. Okay, so that town will not heal. That town will not heal. Which is pretty good. Dance party. Add a disease. Certainly it's disease. Wetland party? Wetland party! Okay, so this is reclaim, and you're also gaining 2 earth. So, like, this is the time to try to hit these thresholds. So I was thinking I'm going to start taking off of this. That will automatically unlock the cost is 1 energy. Mountains Ravage. So if I put the Sacred Site in E2, that Ravage still cascades because it's 2 blight in there. Okay. And then E5 would also cascade because there's 2. But this wouldn't. I mean, I could still grow in there and... yeah, but like, yeah, let's do this. And I'm playing 3 cards, which means that I can actually hit this innate. I could also perhaps hit that one if I play those. Well, the one that's sun on it, actually. And another planet, another earth. So that hits both. I'm not necessarily playing those cards, but this hits both. So currently so it's 1 energy. When blight is added to my lands, I can spend 1 energy to take it from the box. And also when an event or blight card directly destroys presence and may prevent any number of presents from being destroyed by paying 1 energy each. But it doesn't count the blight. So for instance, and this has to target a land first. Oh no, it targets myself, right? If it's my land. Or it's not even my land. Just an event card directly destroying presence anywhere. I can prevent that by spending energy each. Okay. But that requires the event card to actually do that. I could also blight the island and get a blight card and then prevent the blight destruction, or presence destruction, but it seems wrong. But yeah, that's a thought. Okay, so let's do this because you're reclaiming. You have 9 energy. I hazard to say that it is a major power. Blazing Renewal. However, we have no destroyed presences because, well, we removed our destroyed presences from the game. Whoops! However, we have Talons of Lightning. And Mountains is a threat. The unfortunate thing is that my air cards cost energy as well. Like, they cost 2 energy. I can't play all of my air cards to hit the threshold. But 5 damage in a mountain that could have blight? Why would you ever say no? Okay, let's destroy the one where you just remove destroyed presence, because I don't think that's a bit it's a bit inconsistent. Let's think about maybe also hitting Epidemics. Epidemics in C7 would solve that. Savage Revenge. Again, I won't have the 3 air, but we could maybe try for that as well. Like, that could just go in C5 in any case. So if I play the ones that fire an animal, it's those. That gets me 3 damage in a land with buildings. And it gets me 1 damage per disease. Is there any way I could possibly hit the 2nd threshold? I think no, because I already played all of my animals. If I instead played Sap the Strength, though. It's 2 damage per disease, but there's not really, like, E2 and C7 are the ones we would like to do damage in, but neither of them needs that level up, so I don't think I Sap the Strength. We just do Talons in E5, I'd say. 6 damage in E5. And then Epidemics kills C7. So that's good. That's question mark. And then C3 is solved by virtue of Stones Unyielding Defiance. And that just leaves E2. We could just skip Ravage actions and land with disease, so I'm sure that's just solved. Okay. So we haven't actually figured out what Stone is playing. So I'm looking at these cards, but I'm not actually necessarily playing those. So what do you have? You have a million cards. You could do a Defend in Mountains. That would take care of E5. Kind of be nice to do other things than that. But it is a thought. We do have millions of Earth this turn. I don't know that we can really take advantage of it so much. We don't know, like, the event card's not necessarily destroying presence. I think it's mainly if the island is blighted that would be helpful. So I think most of the presence destruction ones are on Blighted Island. I think there's one that does go off on Healthy Island, but I'm not sure. Or maybe there's just a standard event card that would do things. How about let them break themselves against the stone? Like, if I defend C3 for whatever reason, that would certainly kill everything in there. If I let C3 Ravage, that still takes care of everything in there, so I don't necessarily need to do damage in there. And really, any of these Ravages, if they were to go off, it would be bad for Blight Cascades. So presumably, I don't care about this. So I don't set up for that, and I don't set up for this. So I'm just going to play 3 cards then. So let's play 2 fires. Wait. What if instead I played 3 animals? I do have 3 animals. One of them is a defend, though, which isn't helpful for this turn. So let's play 2 fires. And let's do that one so I don't play the other one that wants animals. Play not an animals card. Gather a blight. We could also combo Unquenchable Flames with, like, Plow Shatter. Because then the damaged towns don't heal. Is there a place where there's going to be millions of towns? C5, I guess? Like, it works. We do have Sacred Site range. We have things. Yeah, so that's probably a good place to do it then. Ah. Should be good. Island should not be blighting. Hold the island fast with a bulwark of will. I just love saying that. It's fun. Let's do millions of damage there. Strike low with sudden fevers. I guess there's a place where that works. Epidemics. Presumably that, yeah, that kills everything in there. It's not any better than doing it here. I just will hit this land with this, I guess. Actually, I can't stop both of these, huh? And I thought I could do both of those. Oh, was it because I originally was doing a defend or something? I guess I was. Okay, so let's go back to the play phase because I don't think I want that to go off. So which one am I losing then? I would like to keep the 2 fires, but I would also like to do damage to everything, but it's okay. I think it's okay to not do that. Do that one. Defend. Talons. Strike low. Epidemics. Hold the island fast with a bulwark of will. In the single land with the most invaders, push an explorer town to each adjacent land. No, the wetland party. No, not the wetland party. Okay, what's the rest of this? Beasts generate fear if invaders are present. Push 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. Okay. So what's in here? 3 towns and an explorer. So one could push to C7, but it's blighted, so I can't push a Dahan there anyway. My poor wetland party, my plans have been ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Wait, no, I can push C6. Never mind, we're fine. We're fine. I can push from C6. Never mind, we're fine. Okay. Crisis averted. And I could still push an explorer in here, and that doesn't blight. But more things in the wetland party. Beasts generate fear. Should be fear. Yep. 2 Dahan from a land with blight to a land without blight. That was the only land with Dahan with blight that could push to a land without blight. That's amazing. That's amazing. Each player removes an explorer town from a coastal land. No coastal wetlands. What? Coastal wetlands just doesn't exist? Okay. There's also 3 fear cards, by the way, at Terror level 2. Like, I could stop this blight, but I could also spend 1 energy to place it anyway. Like, let's see how many blight I can get on the island without actually blighting the island. That seems like fun. I would probably say just remove these guys, really, because I guess I could just remove 2 towns, I guess. See if we can win the game with no buildings on the island. We're 6 fear away from no cities victory, so I'm probably just gonna win the game. But let's just remove town. Remove town. Then each player may gather and explore or town into a coastal land, defend 2 in all coastal lands. Man, if only there was a coastal wetlands. Or no, wait, no, it's not coastal wetlands. Wait, hold on. Defend 2 in all coastal lands. So this is not blighting anymore. Mom, it's not blighting. Okay, it's blighting. We're fine. And this is not ravaging. But if it was, it would be defended. Each player adds a strife in a land with beasts disease Dahan. For the rest of this turn, invaders have -1 health per strife to a minimum of 1. -1 health. -1 health. Take it from the box. And I will allow it. Oh no, it's a city. There's perhaps an argument to be made that I maybe shouldn't let that city go off, actually. Hold on. If I can generate 3 fear, or 4 fear, actually, then I win the game, right? Because there's no cities on the island. So I guess it's easier to just not to remove the disease. As much fun as it is, it's probably... How much damage do we have? Hold on. Hold on. We have 4 damage in here. These towns have -1 health, but we also have this. Like, a city is 3 damage for 2 fear. A town is 2 damage for 1 fear. Have I considered winning? Yes! Yes, I can win the game! Okay. Cities are more fear efficient. That's what I was trying to get to. But I think we just win. So maybe I should just win. John's impatient. John's like, you know, you could have won the game 30 minutes ago, but instead you dilly-dallied. Wait, there's still too many blight on this board? Or not enough blight on this board? Man. Why did I not put enough blight in this game? I screwed up. Wait, hold on. I think it's better for me to do this. And this. Okay, well, we won! Yay! The island was not blighted. The invaders are deeply afraid. No cities remain to turn to for refuge. The remaining populace swiftly evacuate the island. 31 points. 10 for victory. 10 for difficulty 2. 10 for the 10 for the 5 remaining invader cards. 6 for the 13 surviving Dahan. -5 for the 10 blight. 10 blight! And yet the island was not blighted. We had 10 blight on the island, and yet the island was not blighted! It's kind of fun. So clearly the next step is to throw in wildfire to the mix. Alright, well it is almost 10. This game did end up taking a little bit of time, but it definitely played better than last week, perhaps because it was only difficulty 2. But I had more fun. I enjoyed myself. We had some more fun, more laughs. This board is the most, or sorry, this land is the most beautiful land of all time. And I think we'll pick up, next week's gonna be February 1st, right? Yeah, so it's gonna be the Upload on stream. But I think I kind of like this idea of I play Spirit Island, I play one game, and I just level up Habsburg. And it will take me 6 weeks to get there, assuming I win each week. But it could be fun. I could play these two spirits all day as well. Just like keep showing off the spirits. Until John says I've added a third spirit. Be like, God damn it. But for a little bit of preview, I guess you could read this entire card. But when I do play Habsburg 1, we have all of the previous rules, but also migratory herders. After the normal build step, in each land matching a build card, gather one town from a land not matching a build card. So towns are now migratory. Migratory P. No. Migrant and migratory are not the same thing. I think, right? Migration is different than migrant, I think. Anyway. Yeah, I'll be happy for that. Be sure to check out the other streams we have on this channel. I do not know the state of Seamus's streams, I'll be honest. But you can certainly check out Handelabra Live on Tuesday with John at 7 p.m., who will like to demo content before it is publicly available. He's been showing off a lot of Jagged Earth content. Maybe he will show One Deck Galaxy content as well, because there's new stuff there too. And I'll be Dolphins diving every Thursday at 8 p.m. for the foreseeable future. So you can look forward to that. Check our live streams at twitch.tv/Handelabra Games. Check our VODs on YouTube at Handelabra. And follow us at twitch.tv/Handelabra Games. Follow me at twitch.tv/LogicDolphin. I've been doing some streaming of my own lately, now that I have a little more free time. I plan on doing a short stream tomorrow morning/afternoon because Balatro has a new demo, and I love that game. And there's also a release date for that game planned as well. So I want to play that game. If you've never heard of Balatro, it is basically if poker was a deck builder. That's all you really need to know. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you around.